Right triple? I was going to say, just starting to pop up. We're going to see how well this thing does. I got some Reedy Creek Gold here in my Bluey cup, and we're going to be running that through the sluice, and we're going to see how much gold it catches. So be interesting. It's a VMAT, so it should catch the gold, as we've seen with other stuff. So it'll be good. I'm kind of excited for this, and we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, I'm on holidays, man, until the 20th, Matt. So I can grow this thing out for days. As you can see, I'm working on my Santa Claus beard here. So in case all else fails in my life, I can become a mall Santa, on a seasonal basis. So that will be good. And then here, I'm going to start feeding the first scoop, and we'll see how much gold we end up getting in this thing. So I'm anticipating quite a bit, and hopefully it'll show up in the mats pretty well. So yeah, it'll be good. Let's see what happens here. And you guys can hear me fine, it sounds like, too. What's up, Ed? Got a new headset mic, and hey, Hobo Rob. Can you guys hear me all right? Let me know if you can. I got a new headset mic set up, so I'm making sure it is working okay. What's up, Andrew? You like that? Santa Claus beard and everything going on here. So, all right. So we'll throw in the first scoop and we'll see how it does so far. But I'm thinking we'll get quite a bit there. Oh, yeah. You can already see some pieces. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. Yeah, you can see that piece that's sitting right there at the top. Right there. Nice little shiny piece right there. Yeah, I know, Ed. Well, I gotta keep up with my my NFL games and everything. My team got eliminated. The Cowboys. They are they haven't been a real football team since the early '90s. So I can't wait for them to come back with another team that actually can perform. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what's going on with these playoffs today. It is kind of nice being able to. That's one benefit about being over here, I guess, is first of all, we're in the future, so I'm having to watch it the next day. But you're able to kind of watch the games early morning. It kind of reminds me of when we were stationed in Hawaii, because you could like sit there and actually like get up early in the morning, be drinking coffee like I'm doing, and be watching football. It's kind of nice, and then you have the rest of the day to do stuff. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, there is already good color showing up. Like, what kind of stinks is it's actually popping up right here in the top. And I'm going to try to knock some of it down by putting my spoon in there. And hopefully some of it will climb down. Yeah, there we go. Some of it climbed down. So you can start seeing, that's all Reedy Creek Gold all right in there. So that's pieces all right there. I'm trying to do this with my backwards camera. Okay, so you got a piece right there. You got all these pieces all throughout. Very fine gold. So but yeah, this is a nice little portable cleanup sluice, so I kind of like it. I got the idea to use the Dream Mat, not the Dream Mat, the V Mat from Bogus. He said it caught a lot better, and it's something that's similar to what I use actually on my Washington Beach mining mats that I have from Washington Beach. That's right on my gold cube, and actually catches that gold a lot easier right there on the slick plate of the gold cube. So I highly recommend if you're doing going chasing fine gold, like stuff from like Martin, from Great Lakes concentrate, stuff like that. A VMAT will catch it really nice. It creates just enough gravity issues and everything like that, and resistance. So. Oh, Rob, they are indeed. That's the only reason they kept winning near the end of the season instead of like just throwing the games to get a higher draft pick. Because man, they wanted to continue to sell season tickets for a team that just likes to do a one and out in the playoffs. So it's really annoying. I was hoping we get a top 5 draft pick, but then we continue to want to play. And then we didn't even throw in Trey Lance until the end, which we gave up a 4th round pick. We don't even get him back next year because he's off a contract. But then you're not going to even try to build some kind of value from him. It was crazy. Oh, nice, Ed. You got some gold from Vogus. Yeah, I got one of his moldy bags where it's like the ones where you just don't know what you're gonna get. It's been sitting in my hat since I visited him back. What was that, in October? So what I'm starting to do is I need to start doing some weekly live cleanups because I have literally bags and bags and vials of like gold from cleanouts that I never just completed. I just was like, oh, cool, there's a lot of gold in there, threw it into a vial, left all the black sand, everything in it, and then just threw it in a bucket and continued on with life. Just because I never had the time and the patience to sit there and go through it. Triple A. Yeah, beach gold is fun. I was meaning to get up to what's that beach up there? And I know the rules have changed a million times. You used to be able to run gold cubes and sluices right on the beach, and then you can't anymore. Now you can only take 2 buckets, I think, from the beach. But it's that super fine. Yeah, slobber bags. Nice. Yeah, slobber bags. That's what it is. Thank you for reminding me. My coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet, so I'm waiting for it. But there's a beach up in Washington. Maybe you know what it is, Triple, but has that fine beach gold and oh my gosh, super fine black sands and everything. Um, yeah, I got so many bags. I got rocks I got to crush. I finally got Stumpy's crusher. I don't know if you guys saw the pics. I did a mine lab metal detect over in Bathurst area with Nick from Picket Prospecting. If you want to follow somebody else, he's another great guy to follow. And I ended up finally getting a bunch of samples and specimens that were pinging, and I finally like crushed them up and everything. And it was awesome because I found some really cool big specks of gold. It was very flat, the coarse gold right in those specs. So I'm excited because I'm going back this next weekend, back up to Bathurst, go about for 3 days. We'll sluice one day, river sluice, and then we'll metal detect one day as well. So I'm like, yeah, Cape Disappointment. That's what it is. Thanks, Ed. Dude, it was sitting there turning and burning in my head. I was like, what is that? So glad. Oh. No, I know, Ed. That's what's awesome about those bags, actually. It's kind of like the roll of the dice and stuff. And I think that's a little bit more exciting than getting a guarantee bag, in my opinion, because the guarantee bag is like, okay, you're getting a guarantee about 1 gram. Like, you just buy 1 gram of gold. You know what I'm saying? And so then the expectations when you clean it out, you're like making sure you got your 1 gram, as opposed to you just get a bag where there's like, there's going to be gold in it, but you don't know how much gold. I think that's a lot more excitement to it and kind of like the thrill of the hunt, I guess you could say. Similar to what you would be doing anyways when you go gold prospecting. So just slowly feeding this in and seeing a lot of good gold. I haven't seen too much get past this top area. I am kind of knocking some of it down just to try to get a little bit more into the camera shot because it is, the gold's littered all up in here, like right in this top part where you can't really see where I'm feeding. And maybe I'll change the camera. I'm going to change the camera real quick for you guys. I'm going to try to do this without knocking it over. There we go. And maybe you can see a little bit more gold that way. Because the gold is sitting, there's like a whole bunch that's sitting right here that's being blocked by that. Which is a good sign, though, because it means the mat's working, the system's working, the flow's working. It's getting caught right at the top where you want it. I'm not seeing anything below this big piece right here. And that one I kind of moved along with the spoon anyways. So Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's why I've never done pay dirt, really much at all. I know a lot of people do like reviews and stuff, and they try to kind of, you know, showcase the ROI with them and stuff like that. And I understand if you're, you live in areas where you can't dig half the year because it's seasonal and stuff like that. So I could definitely see like needing to kind of feed that gold fever during that time. But I'd say that's also a good time to like. That's why I would spend those months, and that's what I did in the desert too. Is I had buckets. I had about 25 5-gallon buckets full of material sitting on the side of my house that I finally eventually cleaned out. But I would just go and try to collect as much material as possible and just spend my time digging. I would do test pans just to check for the gold and stuff like that. But when I knew I was on the gold, I was on the gold, and I would just continue to try to turn and burn and dig as much as I could. So that way, when I was, hey, I don't want to go out somewhere, but I want to go do something, I could just sit in there and just pan in the backyard and spend the time to clean it all out. But I didn't need to go dig if I didn't want to. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Ed. It's actually really weird that people actually focus on that and the comments focus on that. Like when everybody asks, like, "Oh, what's a good pay dirt bag to get?" The first thing you see is all these people with ROI, and they're like sitting there, like, "Oh, well, you should buy, this bag." And you're like, dude, no one in their right mind would be selling gold for you to pan it out to make money off of. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. So it just but there seems to be this huge dialogue and arguments that happen online with that. They see throughout all the Facebook groups and everything. It's like, why no one is going to give you a gold basically that they couldn't make money off themselves. Like, why would they give it to you for free? And plus all the work. That's what I look at as like, you're gonna buy a pay dirt bag. It's like someone had to dig that. Like, you didn't dig that. So like now you kind of have to calculate the fact that they put time and effort, their own time and effort, which is worth money, into digging something up for you so that way you can have the fun to pan out the results. Like, I mean, there's got to be some kind of comp for them. So trying to move down some of these more pieces up here by creating just a little more agitation and activity. They're only hopping down like one level. Try to get there. We go. I think I got a few more in that. Yeah, you can start seeing them. Okay, so you can start seeing some of these. I'm gonna start moving them down just a little bit more. These pieces of gold. There you go. So got a few more pieces of shiny in there. And this was just one trip from Reedy. So Reedy is one of those places where it's hard to get skunked, but it is not extremely easy to find a spot where you get like 50 to 100 specs per pan. That's one thing I learned. The first time I went, Chris told me to dig in a spot, bogus and buckshot, Gadsby, and he told me to dig in one spot. And man, I was like, this is the easiest goal because my first pan was like 50 to 100 specs. And I was like, wow, this is super easy. And then after that, it kind of went downhill. And then the most recent trip I did, we actually found it quite difficult to get on it. But once we got on it, we had some good pans. But I thought it was more plentiful than it was, but it is not. But that's also what makes it so much more fun. All right, who are you guys rooting for on this right now? You guys want the Chargers or you want Houston? That's the question. Oh, I'll tell you, the Texans really feel like the kind of like the new age Bills in a sense, where they look so strong at the beginning of the season and then they teeter off, barely get into the playoffs, and then they just don't look that dynamic anymore. So, um, be interesting to see what happens here. The Chargers have been known to blow some big leads, though. The Bruins. Yeah, baby. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning. Good morning. That's one thing I do want to go up to. Is up to Alaska and do a trip up there. Do one of those like kind of there's like those different gold camps that you can kind of just pay and they'll feed you. You can go stay and use their equipment, and then you just go dredge or sluice or whatever you kind of want to do. Instead of logistically trying to take everything up there. I mean, I was pretty impressed with what Martin did though, this last season where he was taking his whole multi-tier, gold cubes, and sluices and all contrommels and all that kind of stuff. I was like, man. I mean, if you're gonna spend a couple weeks there, I guess it makes sense, to bring your own equipment and everything. So we got one Chargers fan in the house. You're Herbert. I am too, man. I'd like to see him be successful and in their team. I mean, they've had some solid players, but they just haven't, they've been kind of a disappointment and coaching changes and, everything like that. So, all right, I think I'm going to get the last of this cup out, but I'll try anyways. My bluey cup is coming through. There we go. Yeah. Using like a spoon method and flinging it. Trying to get it all out. Yeah. It's come on. There we go. There's a few left in there. See if we can't. I guess I'll just make sure there's no gold in the cup. And then I'll have to worry about. But this ultrafine gold, I'll tell you, it sticks to everything. That's what I found with Martin's pay dirt bags as well, is they stick to everything. It's like, and they don't want to move. And it's really crazy that they do that considering how tiny they are and how light they are. But I guess, since they're so smooth and tiny, they're not creating too much surface for agitation activity to really get them moving down places. That's Chris being scientific for some reason. So that's true. You do gotta support him. Oh, gotcha, Rob. Yeah. No, Ed. Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. Really, there's only a few sports I follow, but I also grew up in a very in Northern California, and there wasn't really like too many college around us. I mean, the closest thing to us was, there was no big names up in Northern California. Everybody's in SoCal, so you kind of I didn't really have that fever to watch college sports and stuff like that. And we didn't have hockey up there. I mean, we had baseball, which everybody turns into a Giants fan or an Oakland A's fan, and then you had the back-to-back interceptions with these guys. Holy cow! Dang. Nikki, this isn't the cleanup buddy. This is the Gold Catcher 2000, okay? This is better than a cleanup buddy. Slightly modified Gold Buddy, I would say. No, so that's like the majority of it cleaned up. I might try to get a zoom in shot for you guys just so you can kind of see how the gold's sitting there right on the mats. But it's definitely has congregated and sat right on top right here. And so I did bring my tiny little pan, so I could be sitting here. Let's do that. See if, no, it won't work. I was hoping to maybe get a cool shot of it just sitting up top, but we'll do this instead. There we go. And that way you see it backwards. Boom. But I need to transfer all that gold. And you can see that. I mean, that's all gold right there. So that whole top area is just that's all gold right there. Very, very fine gold, but good. Gridiron rugby and prefer row. Wasn't a fan of pads and helmets staying around twiddling thumbs just to have 6 minutes. Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing. So I will say that that's what I love about the AFL. I did talk to that's actually who I got from Ed was the gold buddy was from Dustin here, Gold Rat. Um, no, I'm with you, Andrew. It's I will say that after watching the AFL here as well as rugby, how much the plays just go consistently, and that's the biggest. I'm surprised actually how many NFL fans are in Australia, but that is the one thing that they do talk about. That's the downside and the negative that they find as well, is the fact that there's just there's not much going on. There's not much action, and so a lot of them will sit there and they kind of get bored with the game as well. They kind of just have it on in the background, but I think most people in the United States do kind of the same, as they just kind of have it in the background nowadays, because also the announcers, some of them are super annoying. I don't know who's announcing this one because I turned off the sound because I don't even want to hear the announcers. Chris Collinsworth is one of the worst ones. Tom Brady is awful as well. But they feel the need to just keep chatting the whole time when you're just like, just watch the game and let it play out and just explain a few things. I am interested to see if they add what they did with the American Football League, where they mic up coaches and refs and stuff, just to kind of add that like real time dynamic to it. But then probably teams would probably be trying to steal signs and all that kind of stuff. So the orange one's one of the better ones, man. I'm telling you, yeah, indeed. Want something bright, so that way it actually I would be able to see it and find it in the shed easily if I set it somewhere. I've found that with scoops and a few other things. They make all the scoops green, like the gold scoops or black. And I'm like, I ended up getting some pink ones from the GPAA, and I love them because holy cow. And then everybody wants to use them because first of all, you can set it somewhere. And then when you walk away, you can easily find it, man. Like you try to find a green one or a black one, like amongst all the other stuff on a river, you're not finding that laying anywhere. So, they need to come out with more brightly colored prospecting gear, because if color's your problem and it's a manliness issue and you're like, oh, I don't like pink or purple or whatever, we'll get over it, because I will tell you as a prospector with kids as well who like to just carry stuff off, trying to find anything that's not brightly colored and it's green or black or brown, you're not finding it. You're not finding it at all. Even gold pans. I mean, I can't tell you, like, you drop a green gold pan in a river, you're not finding it if it sinks to the bottom. It's so difficult. Oh, yeah, Nikki. I got a pink one. I actually gave one to Job. So Job posted a video of it with his wife using it. Yeah, and I gave it to him because she's like, she would love this. I was like, have it, man. So I have another one. Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. I ended up buying some purple ones too just recently, and I got them off Temu. They're really cheap, little plastic things, for like backyard kid scoops. But yeah, I try to find the brightly colored ones now because again, it's just easier to find and locate. Brad, are you fixing your machine? Welcome, welcome. Oh, that's good, Ed. Yeah, red is a good color too, actually. Especially the bright reds, not like that maroon dark red. No, that's the way to go as well. We got Brad in the house from GeoSluice. I feel bad because his machine broke down. It's all fixed. Good. I'm glad to hear, man. Probably a long night for you, but hopefully it was an easy, quick fix and not too expensive. Because I know you put a lot of work and effort getting that all set up and rigged, and that would be a bummer to have that thing. Nice. Perfect. Yeah, I've been waiting to get your sluice out here in the creek. I'm going out again this weekend. I'm going to have to stick with what I got. So I was about to, make a Lego sluice here shortly. just to take it out, just to see if that would catch some gold, just to try something different. Very cool. So it's nice to know that the VMAT did work with the cleanup, buddy. I mean, Chris proved it and kind of told us all that. So I was glad I was able to get my own material running through it, and I am very impressed with the results. Of course, with anything, you can run it through any kind of cleanup system. You still got to pan it out and separate it. So, uh, right, Brad? I know. Yeah, sounds good, Ed. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, brother. Just slowly chilling, drinking some coffee, drinking some water, and thanks again, Ed, for stopping by. Appreciate it. Perfect, Brad. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. I was gonna say, I can't wait to like start feeding it with some material, man. Because this spot that we found, easy spot to get to and everything. Holy cow! And it's just right outside of town. It's awesome. Have a good one, Ed, man. Yeah, so I'm excited to start just getting my hands dirty there and seeing how much gold we can get, in, in a couple buckets or whatnot. If you guys have a theme or something you want to see me shoot this weekend, let me know. I'm trying to think of an idea for the video. I am going to be bringing Finney, so it's just going to be me and Finney. So it's going to be another Adventures with Finney. Um, so we'll have Finney out there. He'll probably want to use his mini sluice and everything like that. So I am interested to get him set up on a spot. I will be using a classifying bucket. I will be using a Yabby pump. So if you have any kind of creative ideas that you want to see with this video that I'm going to shoot this weekend, and again, I'm super behind on a lot of my videos. I'm literally posting stuff from trips from what was it, September, October. So, which is good though. It gives me about 3 months of material to kind of work through, and that way I don't feel pressured to have to go dig something and then edit that same week. I know some of those people, man, who do that. I mean, Gatsy's talked about it recently with his 2025, kind of goals and everything. Trying to film and edit in the same week is a lot of pressure. I know a lot of guys do that. A lot of content creators. I don't know. I don't want to make it too much of a job like that for me. So I like to be able to just go out on a whole bunch of trips, film a bunch of stuff, and then kind of just stockpile the footage. And then I can kind of pick and choose the week I want to release it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in any kind of order. It's not the trip to trip. And I understand it's not as real time as some of the other videos. But in my mind, it allows me the flexibility to release and edit a video that if I have the time and the bandwidth to do it, I can really work on the edits that week. If it's going to be a longer video, it's going to require a lot more bandwidth and energy to do it. If I'm not feeling that week and I have too much planned or anything, then I'll end up like picking a video that I'm like, okay, this was a quick and easy one. I can do this one, without too much effort in it per se. Not like reducing the quality of the video. It might just be the length of the video, whatever. I also found that I try to shoot now with my trips multiple storylines, if that makes sense, in a way, to where you're able then to break apart the videos if you want to. So I have posted some of the videos, like the high banking video that's going to be coming out this coming up week. Is I did release me dumping out the wheelbarrow, right? So I was able to kind of take that storyline from that video and just make a quick little little video that I could get out there with it. That was quick and easy to edit. And then later on, when I have the bandwidth again, I can sit there and I can post the long one, which I know is going to be super long on this one, a lot longer than the last couple that I've put out. So, but the super long ones, again, you get a different audience that likes them and stuff like that. And again, I'm trying to create my accounts from going from, doing short film, short videos, shorts, reels, whatever you want to call them, TikToks or whatever, to where I'm doing long form, and just the audience is way different. Short form, your content gets pushed out to people and creator, and so people just scroll and it gets pushed to you, right? When you do long form, like people have to Google or search you, and they have to subscribe to you as well. But it's for them to kind of see that you put out something new. And so building that audience, one that's gonna, that has a retention to want to watch a long form video, is a lot different, a lot harder. But as a content creator, if you're trying to do it full time, doing that long form videos are the way to go, just in the sense of it's going to build you more of a residual income if you're trying to do content creation full time. So that's just my 2 cents of content creating that you didn't ask for, but you got it anyways. So yeah, I'm excited, Brad. Yeah, I really want to throw some material in it, and I'm interested to see how well it does with some of the spots, especially some of the spots where there's like finer gold, like Trunky Creek or Reedy and stuff like that. I think Chris is going to be doing some of those comparisons as well, just to kind of check it out and see how well it works. So nice, AAA. 2 videos on Friday. That's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work to do that much filming. So I'm going to probably let this stream run until about halftime, and I'll probably call it. Since I've already done the clean out and everything like that. And when I do the panning, I'll do it at a later time. It's now more concentrated, and I could throw it into a vial now and then work through it later, since I know it's going to be yeah, me too, Andrew. I kind of mix. Do what's actually funny is, and I've heard this a lot from the content creators in the gold prospecting niche, however you want to say it, is the fact that a lot of us don't actually watch gold prospecting stuff. The only stuff I watch is like Gold Rush stuff, and shows like that. But watching other content creators, I might watch some just for some inspiration, or if it pops up. But most times I'm watching other things, like because I guess when you kind of do it all the time and you live it, unless I'm researching a new spot or a new piece of equipment or something, I actually don't really watch people, even though that's the majority of who I follow. I actually watch a lot of other stuff. That I kind of find interesting. So more of that, but still, it's within that outdoor niche, in the sense of watching people, survival people, camping outdoors, things like that, to kind of just see different things that people do out there. Okay, have a good one, Nikki. And when it comes to short form, which is funny, Andrew, is I just watch like goofy videos, funny videos, challenges, couples that try to like, do some kind of funny thing that they saw. Like it's very like I really just watch shorts just to zone out from, and just kind of like put my mind at ease for a couple seconds. So that's what I watch. I just watch something that's easy, that I don't have to use any brain power um, to watch and try to understand and really focus on. Yeah, no, Gatsby and Vogus, man, are hilarious. I love watching Gatsby's intros, man. I know there's a lot of pressure on him to do them, though. That's one thing he talked about in his 2025 video. So it's really I love Gatsby is like an amazing person. So once you get to meet him in person, what you see on camera is the same type of person, a very genuine, like good bloke, very sweet and kind, but hilarious, man. And it's funny watching his intros because he puts so much time and effort into those. And it just kind of tells you, it kind of gives you a baseline for him, which is really cool to see. And I love watching that. Yeah, this game is they just can't. I don't know why they just can't be getting. So also, so one thing I use for this so I'm using Restream too, and so to do all these live streams and everything like that, and so you can like get different accounts, and it streams across multiple platforms. So I'm streaming across Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Um, so I'm interested to see actually how if it actually worked because they just added some different things to be able to stream across multiple platforms. But sometimes when they do that, they don't necessarily see if it's working. But I don't really care at the same time. Um, yeah, no, Red, he's awesome, man. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting to see kind of like what's going on in the content creator world is it's getting very saturated. Um, and I think I came in kind of at the beginning of that saturation, I guess you could say. I was able to kind of separate myself a little bit initially with some videos that went viral, but the saturation happened pretty quick. And I think because of COVID as well, because people were tired of doing what they were doing and they wanted to find something else. And gold prospecting outdoors, people discovered it and they wanted to do their own thing, right? And everybody now wants to become a content creator, share their stuff, which I applaud. I think that's awesome because, I mean, and again, everything that you do in life, if you're doing it for the right reasons, you're going to be successful. If you're trying to do it for a quick buck, then you're obviously not in it for the right values and everything like that. And it's going to be showcased um, with what you do, what you show on your channels, as well as kind of how genuine your audience is and how genuine you are when you meet other people. Because you know you kind of find those people pretty quick, which people are kind of like the I guess you could say the cancer of the prospecting industry. When it comes to content creation, and they're more like the people that like to attack other people instead of trying to like help and create a community. um, but I mean, I thought that was a very interesting announcement this last week with Dan Hurd, because Dan Hurd was one of the first people I watched when I first started trying to figure out what equipment to buy, what things to do, things like how to properly pan, how to properly clean out a sluice, everything. Because Dan had all those educational videos. It's interesting to hear him now. Um, Now having to, he's stepping away. He's going to take this next year and kind of reduce the amount of content he's going to push out, and everything. And I mean, he's not the only one where I've heard kind of like that burnout from, and they're trying to find a different, they're trying to pivot and find different avenues or their niches or whatever you want to say, where they kind of are trying to figure out what they truly enjoy with what they're doing and what they're filming, and not necessarily catering to the crowd and the audience. So it's kind of interesting to see him kind of backing out and pausing, and kind of he's probably going to pivot, because I think once you start making content like he's been doing for 11 years and you kind of build that structure, I th- I think he, as much as he's pulling back, I think he will continue to put out stuff, just not as often, like he was saying. But he might actually, I think he's just going to find peace with it and find some enjoyment that he didn't know existed, because he doesn't have that pressure anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see um, if actually his accounts go up even more over the next year, because you'll start putting out content that necessarily isn't popular and doesn't do well on YouTube. Like he was saying, like he loves agate hunting, which like the videos do really poorly set on YouTube and everything. But it'd be interesting to kind of for him with his following, his base, to kind of shift that mold in a way and see if he starts filming those, that if suddenly it starts garnering some kind of following and popularity, so I'm kind of interested to see um, as people kind of are getting burnt out, some of the old timers, in a sense, have been around for a lot of years. If they start adjusting their videos, whether or not you're going to start seeing this pivot, I guess, in the industry, and kind of the quality of video and different things, and it might spurn more people to do things that they didn't even know existed. So, good morning, Kim. Good morning. Good morning. I've just been rambling, but there's gold in the sluice right here. That's all gold right there, people. Sorry, I've just been rambling and rambling, but I'm excited to see what's happening. Yeah, no, I think that's actually a pretty good thing, Brad, to be honest. Like, because then you're not really having to go out necessarily and try to create a storyline, I guess you could say, in a sense, when really you could just be enjoying your equipment and then showcasing its capabilities. I think that would be pretty awesome to be able to just do and be able to focus on, honestly, as a content creator, because then really you're kind of just building a rapport for your product, as well as kind of almost like how-tos in a sense of how to use it, and how to properly set it up. Yeah, Joby playing PlayStation. What game you playing, Joby? He's probably mid-game. I probably got him killed right now in his game. Or unalive. Sorry, I can't say that word. I got him unalived in this game. But we did just announce. Holy cow, man! There's so many turnovers in this game. We just announced that we are going to be doing our next gold prospecting event in Hills End at the Tambaroora Fossicking area. Is going to be April 12th. So we're doing a shift from doing the classifying event that I held last year with like geodes and everything, to where, since the event is a week before Easter, we are going to be doing a Easter egg hunt in the Fossicking area, so kids can find golden treasures. There's going to be raffle tickets in those as well, and a few other things. So if you are in Australia and you're looking for an event to learn how to find and pan gold, we have one available for you on April 12th. We are charging this time. The last event was free. We are charging this time, and to help cover costs, because we did pay everything out of pocket and it was super expensive. But we also enjoy that. So we enjoyed being able to provide that to the community. But cost is very reasonable. It's only $100 per vehicle. So if you have 5-6 people in that vehicle, if you have 3-4, it's not a bad price at all. And that's AUD, not USD, for people not realizing that. So we're excited for it. We're gonna have the mud and muck again. We're gonna have the gold panning, and everybody who attended this last event all got gold. I don't think anybody didn't get gold. If they didn't, we could have easily gotten them on some gold. So yeah, Andrew, it's interesting, Andrew, not to go down the politics line, but it was interesting listening to Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan and talk about that, and how much pressure they were getting from the administration to basically shut down channels and ban posts and people just because they didn't agree with the opinion, and but they try to label as misinformation. So there's definitely a huge shift going on in U.S. politics for sure, that hopefully will have some dramatic effects across the world with how we operate. Just getting back to normalizing life and things. So, and not being so, we had to be PC and cater to everybody and their needs and problems, instead of, oh, you just adapt to the life around you and not put the pressure on the world to adapt to you. So that's all I'm gonna say. All right, we got 1 minute left in this halftime, and I'm gonna be closing up shop here and get back to the family and helping out with the kids because I hear them screaming. But the Chargers look like they might be shutting down Houston and forcing them just to a field goal, which will then give an opportunity for the Chargers to make one more run at points before halftime. But we'll see if they can stop them here on 3rd and 11. Sorry. There's gold in the sluice, but I'm watching the game right now because it's almost halftime. This is when football actually gets good because they're rushing to play, especially in 2-minute drill time. Oh, wow. There we go. Texans making a game out of it. That's good. So that gives Herbert 58 seconds, and that's more than enough time to at least get into field goal range, if not take a few shots at the end zone. So, hey, appreciate it, Andrew. Thank you for stopping by. Seven, 6. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna go until halftime, you guys, and then I'll be switching over. I'll say that this little trickling sound, I don't know if you can hear it since my mic is on, but I had to kind of mute it because it was I think there's too much feedback, but it's like a very simple sound. Mute it again. Actually, I'll leave it trickling somewhat. I just don't want you guys to get the double voice going on. No, Kim, this is actually from Reedy Creek down in Victoria. So this is like running some concentrates from my trip in with Vogus and Gatsy that I just had sitting in a black bucket. I actually forgot about it, and I actually found it in my shed, and I was like, oh no, I need to like clean this up. So I classified a little bit because I had some various things in it, and then threw in a sluice, and you can see, I mean, the gold is just sitting there. I mean, that's all gold right there. So it's it sits nice on those V mats, man. So pretty excited. It took me a little bit to kind of cut that V mat down to size to where it didn't like kind of warp. I had little warping issues and stuff like that. It does, Andrew. I know, man. It sounds exactly like it's a very peaceful sound. It's like almost like a water garden type thing. Had one at work back in the day where they're almost doing like a one of those like Zen gardens, but they had like the waterfall trickling type thing, and that's what it kind of sounds like. It's nice. Makes you want to go pee though a whole bunch. I'll tell you that. Come on, dude. You're getting paid how many millions and you can't pull that and catch it? Ugh. All right, let's see what happens. He got out. Oh, he had him. He had separation. Dang. The Texans got lucky with that one. Holy cow. I know he felt the pressure right there, and that's why he probably didn't slow down and wanted to get it out. But oh, that sucks. See, he started out strong, man, and then Herbert has this, and then the second half he'll come out and start throwing at dimes again. So it's the second quarter where he just kind of just going to the Sapphire Fossicking Day at Oberon. No, Kim, I didn't even know about it, to be honest. Is it an actual like outdoor event where you get to go dig sapphires and stuff at Oberon, or is it a I'll have to look that up now that you're talking about it. So February Oberon Sapphire Fossicking Day, 18th February. Gatsy, we've been talking a lot about you today, in very positive lights, by the way. Come on, Justin. No, he didn't catch it. Golly. Yeah. I did a quick clean out from actually our Reedy Creek first trip, Gatsy, all the way back in October or whatever it was. Oh, nice. Oh, I missed your premiere, man. Oh my gosh, I even marked it. And now I feel bad. I should have actually been running that as a share screen instead. Oh, I'm an idiot. I feel bad now. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Let me see. Okay. I see there's one on the 18th of January, 2025. Overall, which is it? Is that the one you're talking about, Kim? Are you talking about the one on the 19th or the 18th of January from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.? I know. Football's life, bro. Football's life. No, it's not. I think I looked up this one, the Oberon Foxagene Frenzy Day. But from what I kind of read, is it made it sound like it was like just a lot of stalls and stuff, but it wasn't like actually in the fields, like learning hands on. Um, it was like you go to a stall and then they do a class like just like at a stall thing, like where a bunch of other tents or pop-ups are, like at the event center or something, and then whatever you learn from there, then you go out to the spot. Get you talking about the AFL, Australian Football League? Is that what you're talking about? Dan the man's in the house. Yeah, Gatsy, no, I like it, man. Yeah, YouTube didn't do it for me either, Gatsy. I just looked. because I had it on my phone as a mark thing, but it wasn't when I pulled up my pages today. It didn't have anything. Yeah, that's probably my bad, man. Yeah, no, I love AFL, man. I love watching. I love watching. We were talking about earlier. Rugby and AFL is so much better, man, than NFL in the sense of just the gameplay and the pacing because it's just continuous and you just go go go. The NFL we run one play every like 45 seconds. That's ridiculous, and the play lasts for what, maybe 5 seconds. Most NFL quarterbacks are throwing the ball within like 3 seconds, and it's like, and then it's boom boom and the play is over. It's like, oh gosh. Yeah, you like that beard, Stumpy? Dan, this is I have to shave it by next week though, because I have to go back to work next Monday. But this is getting Santa Claus status going on here. Where when I eat food now, I get stuck in places, so I have treats for later. And then if I lick my lips, I get to itch my tongue. It's a nice feeling. It's kind of nice. Itch my tongue. So yeah, no pads, no helmets. It's actually really exciting to watch. Just the tackling and the hits and everything, because they're trying to incorporate that tackling in the NFL because it's safer. Our guys just like, I mean, we just have straight killers that just want to hit each other as hard as they can. So it's kind of nice to watch, like actually like technique tackling, especially when you see some of these larger guys and you're just like, holy cow, that little small guy took him down just with proper technique. You can take anybody down. So the question Robbie asked, if you could invent a dream gold finding gadget, what would it do and what would you name it? I'd call it a Gold Finder 2000. And it'd be like a an X-ray machine that's portable that you can just walk over the ground and it shows you exactly where the gold is. Like if I could have some kind of Superman powers and I could just walk and just be able to see where the gold is under the ground and how deep. And then I could make a decision if I wanted to dig that deep for that or if I just want to get the easy stuff on top. I sent 200 stars. What do I get? Goodbye, horses dance? I don't know what that is, Jody. Don't know what that is. But sure. So if I had to describe the feeling of finding gold to someone who's never done it, what would you say? The feeling is exhilaration, shock, and excitement. You didn't until you find gold. Until you find gold yourself. Just seeing it, someone holding it to you is a wow factor. But when you dig, do the work, and find it yourself, it just adds it like the stars align and it's the most amazing thing ever. And then you start realizing why people call it gold fever. Don't Google it. Okay. I'm a little scared now. But I feel like when someone tells me not to Google something, I need to Google it. So I'm going to do it in incognito window so that way it doesn't. Goodbye, horses dance. Okay. I'm actually really scared now. We're talking about the Silence of the Lambs dance scene. Got it. Or Goodbye Horses, song of Buffalo. Yeah, that's it. Gotcha. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Oh, that's funny. Brad crack. It's like crack. Literally, that's what it is. It's like once you find it, it's like you just. So, Joey, what are you asking? Just how do you go about getting access? Access to what? To claims or access to gold? Or if you're talking about claims, and you're brand new, I always recommend people join organizations similar to like GPAA or national organizations like AMRA, AMRA, people that have actual gold claims, because you pay a fee and you get access to claims. I'm not saying they're going to be the best claims, and you're going to find like heaps of gold, of course, right? And a lot of them are going to be like they've been all dug out and everything, but it's an opportunity for you to go learn, because most members, if they see you on a claim, will actually help you out, and show you what to look for, and you kind of can learn the ground and learn the different stuff about, the claims, and then from there you can kind of do your own research and learn how to stake your own claim. Australia is way different. So we have BLM land in California. That's where I'm originally from, right? And so you can dig anywhere you want as long as it's not claimed. But also people can camp there, they can shoot there, they can do whatever they want because it's BLM land. And BLM land's open to everybody. It's public land. Um, the only thing you own with BLM land, if you do a stake a gold claim, is you just own the mineral rights. So no one can walk off with your rocks, basically, whether it be regular rocks or gold rocks. Um, but here in Australia, depending on what state you're in, most places don't have like you don't really stake claims here. You kind of just it's all open fossicking land or royal landing. You just go dig on it. And then each state has different rules whether or not you can sluice, dry wash, melt, whatever it might be. You can run equipment, or if it all has to be hand tools, Hope that kind of answers your question a little bit. I think clubs are one of the better things to join because, first of all, a lot of clubs are lacking membership, and so they're looking for people, and they kind of want to bring that excitement because they want to keep memberships going. So they're more apt and willing to help you. Plus, there's a whole bunch of old people. Not, I'm getting up there, but I'm not that old yet. But a lot of old people have a lot of information they want to share with people, and they'll give you all kinds of advice, unsolicited opinion, and advice on how to gold prospect. But it might seem annoying, some of it, because they're very aggressive with their information sometimes when you're really just trying to have a good time out there. And they'll be like, that's the wrong way to do it. And you're like, well, I watched a video and they said do this. Oh, that's wrong. You're like, okay, buddy. All right. But it's a good way to learn hands-on because they're more than willing to show you hands-on. So I recommend joining just clubs or organizations like that and going to their events. Because again, people like the event that I was helping teach at Placer Pete, out in the desert. I mean, we had dry washers and everything. I was literally grabbing my dry washer, grabbing 3 people and putting them on a spot. I knew there was gold. And then I would explain why I know there's gold there, tell them what to dig for. I would dig with them. Then I would show them how to clean out the sluice box for the dry washer, how to go pan it out from start to finish. And that hands-on, and then they would see their own goals. So basically they got to work alongside me, but basically they're doing it all with me. So it wasn't like I was doing it for them. And that created like this experience. And of course, I have a lot of energy and I get excited when I get a dig for stuff. So kind of sharing that and them seeing it and then them finding that gold and seeing it, you create lifetime, members like that way, or people who get gold fever. And then as you attend more and more, you kind of get more comfortable with what to look for. And then you start nerding out and you start doing a bunch of research. You start doing a lot of geography research, trying to find where other people have claimed in the past, or kind of reading the land and everything. And then that becomes the kind of the thrill of the hunt, is trying to find those locations that maybe have gone untouched or haven't been found yet, that there could be gold. And then you go out there and you start prospecting around. I know. I know, Brett. My body feels old. What's that paddle thing, Chris? That paddle thing is the Gold Catcher 2000. I hope that's what you're talking. Oh, the paddle, this thing. Oh my gosh, this is really that thing. Okay, so that is when I was on a ship and it got hit by a missile and I had to paddle my way to shore. That's the paddle I used to get to shore. No, not at all. Actually, I just made that whole thing up. That actually is it's like a kind of a send off present from when I was with 1-3. That's when I went to Afghanistan in March 2011 till November 2011. So they do they kind of do a paddle send off, and that was with 1-3 with the Marines. That's the FMF pen I earned, and then my rank, and then my Corpsman Shield, showing that was medical for the Marines. So yeah, thanks for asking. Cuevas Prospecting. I hope I said that right. Cuevas Prospecting. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so there's like different go weight. Like this one right here. This is 1st Medical Battalion when I was the XO there, of that company. This is our banner, our flag that we carried with us wherever we went, for exercises, deployments, whatever it is. Yeah, no, it's not a geek thing. But you never know. Being a sailor and all, you have a paddle. It might be, when you pop your cherry on your first ship or something. I don't know. But that's not it. No. Oh man. My this is my inspiration right here. Michael Scott. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. If you're an Office fan, that is a solid quote, and that keeps me going on. Cuevas, you're welcome. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. That's a paddling. Well, I'm gonna go watch Gatsy's video actually, and if you guys aren't gonna go watch it too, you need to. I'm gonna tease it right now for him since I missed it and I'm a horrible person. So see, it's not. Oh, there it is. It's popping up now. Okay, so this is his video. I'm gonna get through the advertisement so you guys don't have to see it, but I'm gonna share this with you guys. So I'm going to replace this with screen share, and we're gonna do this. That way you can see the ad. And let me know if you guys can hear that. Oh, I have it muted. For your intros, man.
Buckshot prospector, a man that woke up from a coma and couldn't walk. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the ability to make the world's first bionic prospector. Buckshot prospector will be that prospector. Better than what he was before. Sweatier. And slightly faster.
It's so amazing. Oh my gosh. Gatsy, dude.
Seal, these electric sweatpants are amazing. I can't believe you helped me start walking after my legs atrophied whilst I was in a coma for a whole year.
Oh no, Michael, he's the brains behind the whole operation.
I can't thank enough. Can you give me a detailed description of how you made these sweatpants?
I'm laughing so
what?
hard, you actually
That's
made
too
me
much
cry,
information.
Gatsy.
My small brain just can't comprehend it. I just wish my memory would come back. It's so vague.
Yeah, about your memory, Gatsy. There's something that I've been meaning
All
to
right,
tell you.
that is my teaser. You guys need to go watch that right now because I'm going to end this live stream and then you all need to go over to Buckshot Prospector. Even if you've already watched it, watch it again and enjoy it because, Gatsy, I was talking about this earlier, man. The amount of time and effort you put into your intros is incredible, man. It is so incredible and so funny, man. And I really watch your videos for the intros. Just because they're so funny, man. Like, oh my god, your chakra one, dude, that was hilarious. Oh, that's me walking out day after. That's so true, Kim. Right? That's me trying to get out of bed too in the morning after I go gold prospecting. It's like I have to make a decision when I roll out of bed. It's like, do I need to go pee that bad, or do I just want to lay here and just hope that somehow I feel better? So, oh man. Those are that's actually collage up there. That's my grandpa. He passed away a couple of years ago, so that's just a bunch of memories. He used to take me fishing, and him and my grandma. So they both passed away, but they used to take me all kinds of outdoor trips and camping and fishing, and it kind of sucks because this stuff I wasn't really into as a kid. Now I'm into. And so I could have shared a lot of adventures with him, and I wish I'd discovered it a lot sooner, and so it's a little disappointing, but uh, it's good. So that's just kind of a memory wall of some of our stuff from me growing up with them and everything like that, and just our adventures together. Yeah, play button. That was great. That was great for gold panning and everything. That was a couple of years ago. I actually just got on the wall, and then Rob, the paddle right. It looks like is it from the paddle? Yeah, that's the one I was talking about with the Marine Corps. So no, it's nice. I will say that after being and serving with the Marines, I'm in the Navy, but the Marines don't have their own medical, so we do it for them. But I'll tell you that when it comes to camping outdoors, I'm not a huge camper anymore because I think the Marine Corps ruined it for me. So I like to stay in caravans, RVs for Americans, and then I like to stay in hotels too because I like to be comfortable instead of sleeping on the ground. So. All right. Hey, you guys have a good one. I'm going to end this live stream. Go watch Buckshot's video, please. And thank you all for